Hey guys, it's Hannah and welcome back to the Dyslexic Reader, and today we have a bit of a birthday slash summary book haul. I don't do book hauls a lot, but it was my birthday last week and I got some books for that, and then the other ones I've just bought in the last month or so. I'm excited about most of them, some more than others, but just wanted to show you guys and share the excitement. I know the lighting is really bad, but the weather here, I can't even be bothered trying to set anything up. It's so warm. So excuse the noises because the window has to be open. It's the only way to live. And the light is horrendous because of the bright sun, which normally doesn't exist here. But let's just get into it. We have Harlequin Vagabond by Bernard Cornwell. I have seen a lot by this author. I've heard a lot about this author. Does like historical fantasy fiction-y type things. I don't know a lot about this. I got it in where I holiday, in the little seaside town that I holiday in. In their like village centre, they have a kind of take book, leave a book, and this was one I got from there. And it seems to be kind of like an English, French, medieval type quest. So if you know more about this book, let me know. But I've just read nothing but by this author before, and I've heard a lot of good things and that I would like it. So I thought when I saw one in the buy one get one take one, leave one take one system-y thing, my thoughts can't even be processed into words today, but I thought I would give it a go. Then I have The Girl with the Pearl Earring by Tracy Chevalier. I've heard a lot about this as well. Hannah over at Hannah Tay recommends this book. I'm not one into historical fiction, but this famous painting, The Girl with the Pearl Earring, it's a fictional story behind this and the girl who sat for the painting. Now, I can't remember who painted the painting. It is one of the famous artists, but the name has left my head. But anyway, it's kind of like his relationship with her and who she was and why he painted her and all that kind of stuff. So I've been thinking about reading this for a while. Don't really read historical fiction, but this is quite short and it seems up my alley, and it was only 50p in the charity shop, so I thought I would give it a go. My next two are from the CM collection. I have Eve Green by Susan Fletcher, and this is kind of like an 8-year-old who's got no family left. Her mother dies and she is sent to Wales, and that's all I really know about it. This was in the leave one take one section as well, and it just I love those kind of stories, like orphan stories, children going to live with new families. That's something that really interests me. And then this is part of the same series. I got Purple Hibiscus by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I have never read anything of hers before, and I've been meaning to pick something up, so when I saw one by her, I don't know much about this, but I just know the author. I knew that I wanted to try her out, and the cool thing about these editions are they are the Perennial collection by Harper Perennial. Is this one's not even gonna let me show you, but if you put all the copies together, it makes one big picture. And I just happened to get two that match up. Didn't realise till I got home, but look, ta-da! But yeah, so that's quite cool. They're just nice editions. They've got kind of metallic-y coloured spines and then a hint of that metallic colour on the front. But two I don't know much about, but both sound intriguing. The next one is not the Labyrinth, just Labyrinth by Kate Moss. Slamming doors in this house. My ghost is active today. I don't know much about this. This is one that my boyfriend bought me for... Oh, there's a little bookmark in it. I saw this in a secondhand bookstore. For some reason it just drew me, and then I read it and I was like, oh, that sounds interesting, and he said he would treat me to it. So it seems to be kind of in 1209, so a long time ago. A girl is given a mysterious book by her fathers, and it contains secrets, but she cannot understand the strange symbols and writing, blah 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 blah. Fast forward to 2005, another girl discovers 2 skeletons in a cave. And one of the symbols is carved into the rock, and she realised that she disturbed something that was meant to remain hidden, and I'm guessing the 2 stories are entwined. Never heard of this, never heard of the author, but for some reason I was drawn to it, and I think it sounds good. I'm quite excited about this one. Then we have The Last Days of Rabbit Haze by Anna McPartlin. I was sent this by Alma over at Alma Loves Books. I'll link her channel down below. She is great. She's such a good booktuber, such a good friend of mine, and I just love her and everything about her and her family and how her kids always come first, and I just love everything about Alma. So if you're watching, Alma, I love you. She sent me this. She sent me like a little package with Canadian chocolate and little bookmarks and a postcard of where she got married and lots of like really nice things and a key ring, and she sent me this book, and we are planning to do a buddy read. At the minute we both have a lot of things going on, so we are planning to get this. It seems to be Rabbit Haze has like an ordinary life, but she loves it, she's really happy, but the world has other plans for her, and I think it is about death. It's her last days. I'm guessing she gets maybe a terminal diagnosis or something, and she's a very happy person, and it's about like pursuing that until the end. I feel like I've had a lot of things going on at the minute, and this book will break me, but could possibly be very good and therapeutic for me. So whenever Alma's ready and I'm ready, we're going to give this a go. Next up, we have The Princess and Curdy. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you will know, give me a second, that The Princess and the Goblin by George MacDonald is one of my favourite ever books. Not very well known, but fabulous. Can't recommend it enough. It is a kind of children's fairy tale. It is brilliant. I love it. There's a movie adaptation. The cartoon is also fabulous. I loved it as a child and then got really into the book. My cat is called Turnip because of the cat in this book, and I love it. But all these years I didn't know that it was... Oh, it's not a series, but this is a sequel. It is actually written by George MacDonald. Sometimes those kind of books, the children or somebody else writes the sequel, but this is actually the sequel. It's not in the same edition as mine. I couldn't find it in the same edition as mine. I've actually got 2 copies of my edition because I have this edition, which I love and has been mine for years, but it is falling apart. Like, I can hardly open it. The pages are falling out and stuff. But I really, really loved that edition, and it made me sad. So I went on to Yves Books and bought the same edition, but a nice sturdy one that is readable. So when I was on Yves Books purchasing my new edition, which is hard to find, it's a hard book to find, it's not very popular, but I love it. It recommended this to me, and I had never even heard of it. So another one I am super excited for. Curdy is the little boy in the original book, and it seems that it sort of focuses more on Princess Irene's magical grandmother. So that'll be interesting. Son needs to calm down. This is another one that my boyfriend treated me to for my birthday, The Girls by Emma Cline, and this is a fictional story, but it's based on the girls who were sort of involved in the Manson murders and how they kind of got seduced by Charles Manson and got involved in the cult and that kind of thing. And I've heard a lot of people saying it's very good, and I've been looking for it for a while, and again found it in a charity shop. And this is another one I'm very excited. So it's kind of about a girl who gets kind of seduced into this cult, and that's one that I'm interested in because a lot of these cults, I watch documentaries and all these kind of things, I find, yeah, you could very easily get sucked into that. But I've read and watched a lot about the Manson murders and the cult and his kind of theology, and it's not one that I can see anyone falling for. I know there was drugs and stuff involved as well, but so it'll be interesting to see what Emma Cline's take on that kind of side of things is. We've only 2 more to do, we're going well. I got The Odyssey of Homer by Barbara Leon pickard, 50p in a charity shop. I love Greek mythology, and I just loved. It's battered to pieces, but it's like in readable condition, unlike my George MacDonald, which looks good, but when you open it up, the pages fall out. This is beaten on the outside, but perfectly like readable, like nothing's gonna fall apart. And it's got these beautiful illustrations, which are like this kind of Tiffany blue turquoise with just black and white drawings. That's kind of the colour scheme for the whole thing. The drawings are really pretty, and now, as always, when you're looking for more, you cannot find any more. But I love Greek mythology. Homer is a character that I don't know that much about, actually. Snippets, I've heard snippets of his stories through other stories, but I don't think I've ever kind of read just about him. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to wait though until I'm really, really in the mood for it. And my last one, my granny, she's not really my granny, but my granny, I just gave this to me. She was like, I was cleaning out, I was going to give this one to a charity shop, never got around to reading it. She's no interest in it, and it is what's historical. It's historical, it's set in the 20s, and it's set in Belfast, which is the city that I live in, and I think that's why she thought I might like it. And it seems to be about a girl who has found a new interest in Eason's bookshop. If you don't know, that's like a chain, like a bookshop chain, like a Barnes & Noble in America. We have Eason's over here. And she likes listening to the other girls and talking in the bookshop and all this kind of stuff. So it seems to be about a girl in the 1920s Belfast, and the Eason's is still there. I still go to it all the time. I rarely buy from it because it's expensive. But every time I go up the town, I always have to have a look in and see what they're promoting and what they've got new. So I think this will just be interesting, but again, historical fiction is not my thing, so I'm going to wait until I'm really in the mood. It's just a green underneath, but I think it's just going to be like... One thing that really puts me off books, and this is stupid, and I know it's stupid, but it's still... I will not pick up a book that has a person on the cover, and by person on the cover, I mean like a photograph of just like a random person. Like, for me, that is a major turn off of the book, and I know it's stupid, but like, that's fine. Like, it's humans, but they're drawn, even realistic. I'm trying to find an example now. Even like, well, that's a painting, that's a famous painting, but even like if there's a picture of a person on the cover that's like painting but looks real, not like cartoony, but like when it's a photograph, for some reason, I don't know, it just reminds me of like a really... Nothing that there's wrong with like mass market paperbacks that you would pick up in a grocery store, but it's just not the kind of thing that I'm into, and I tend to be on the books that I don't like, that kind of... So then I think I don't like pictures on the cover, because I don't like the genre of books that pictures tend to be on the cover of. I'm rambling now, so I'm going to stop. So that was my quick summer birthday book haul. I hope you liked it. I hope you're all happy, I hope you're all healthy, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.